Welcome to the Man-Child Chronicles Podcast, where four friends talk entertainment, fatherhood, and sports, all with sarcasm, comedic timing, and a healthy dose of toxic masculinity. Let's welcome our hosts, Ryan, John, Mike, and Jay. Growing up never took so long.
Hey, welcome in, cronies, to the Man-Child Chronicles Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, here with my three best friends, Michael, John, and Jay. Tonight, we're going to play a little man-child trivia. We're going to do a draft, again, of movie quotes. But tonight, we're going to kick it off with a little weekly mustard.
The Weekly Mustard! Stories that make life tangy.
Jay?
You want to talk about tangy, guys? I've got some tangy stuff to talk about tonight. You guys ready?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. Okay, well, we can sit and wait. That's no problem.
There's a difference between ready and caring, and I don't know where I'm at yet.
Okay, so I might have spoiled leading into today's recording, being a little vague, but I did have some stuff I wanted to talk about. So, before I get into my story about why I suck as a dad, I'm a horrible father, and
Yeah.
I am a horrible loving husband.
I believe it.
I've
We
got
all
a
need
great
this.
wife, great kids, and I suck. But before we talk about that, we're gonna start how my week began. And so many of you all know I travel twice a year back to old Jefferson City, Missouri. I've been trying to map out when I'm going back to Jeff City. We were landing sometime in March is what we're thinking. And so anyways, Katie's grandpa has been going through some medical stuff over the last couple weeks. And so we've been waiting for the appointment to figure out what's going on. Well, turns out he's got cancer on his jawbone. And so what they're going to have to do on Valentine's Day, we now have the date, they are going to go in and they are going to remove his jawbone, half of his face. They're going to just cut off the lower jaw and take it out of his face to remove the cancer. My wife's telling me this story, and she goes, well, and then what my mom said is they're going to take the femur out of his leg, and they're going to turn the femur into a jawbone. And I was like, the femur? She goes, yeah, it turns out as an adult, you really don't need a femur anymore. And I was like, the largest bone in the body, it's literally the only bone in your thigh. What do you mean you don't need it anymore? She's like, well, as kids you need it, but I guess as adults you don't need the femur. And I said, the femur? She said, let me look up what my mom said. She looked it up. Yeah, my mom said femur. I said, call her back, because I guarantee you they're talking about the fibula. And she needs to stop telling people the femur. Could you imagine that jawbone, though? It would be freaking square. You know what I'm saying? That's a strong jawline and massive. He'd be a superhero. So I said, yeah, call her back. Tell her to stop saying femur. Anyways, so Mom, I hope you did. Anyways, they're going to remove the fibula out of the calf muscle, and they're going to use the fibula to fix his jaw and then take some skin out of his leg and make his face better. The man is 81 years old.
Wow.
It is a very intense surgery.
Now, is there a chance... Because when you said he would have a big jaw, I immediately thought of the episode with Squidward when he got hit in the face. And he looked
Squidward. Right? Well, that's what I thought of when I thought of the femur. I thought of that, and I thought of that old superhero show on Fox. What was that? The Chin?
Yeah. Or don't forget about Stan Smith.
Yeah, Stan Smith.
When you said they're taking the femur, I thought of Hank Hill's father.
He got that. He has to walk with that little peg leg. Oh, he had that short leg. That's funny. That is funny. So anyways, we're sitting here, we're trying to talk, and we're like, okay, so we know when the surgery date is. And I'm like, well, we got to figure out when we're going to travel to Missouri. Does it still line up for us to go in March? We're talking back and forth. This is on Monday this past week. And she's like, well, and I was like, well, honey, I leave for Iowa next week. I've got a manager's meeting in Iowa. So I'm getting on a plane and traveling. And she's like, well, I had an idea, but I want to talk to you about it. I'm like, okay. She's like, what if we drive to Iowa? What if we all drive? You drive us to Iowa, because that's about 4 hours away from Jeff City. And we just drop you off in Iowa instead of you flying for your manager's meeting. And then we'll just take the car, drive down to Jeff City. You can fly back to Colorado like planned on Saturday the 10th. And then we'll just stay in Jeff City for an extended stay. And I'm like, so when would I fly in? The week of March 11th. That's the plan. So I'm going to be at home for 4.5 weeks by myself in Colorado. And my wife and kids are going to be back home in Missouri.
Your arm is going to be so big by the time they get back.
Wait a minute.
I got to remember to rotate,
baby. Yeah.
I got to remember to rotate. No,
that house is going to smell so musty when they get in there.
Oh.
The sheets will be stiff.
I have so many questions. How are you going to eat? How are you going to remember to shower? How...
Hey, you're asking all the things that went through my head, too. I thought, well, who's going to do the laundry? Who's going to cook my food? Well, who's taking care of the animals? I don't touch the animals. Well, anyways, that's the plan. And so that's what we're going to do. Next Wednesday, I'm leaving for Iowa. I'm taking the whole family, and then they're going to continue down. I'm flying back home. I'm not going to see them for 4.5 weeks. So I'll be batching it up, bachelor lifestyle.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
That sounds like
it's a long time.
Sounds awesome.
It sounds good for like 2 days, and then I'm telling you, I'm going to get pretty out of my mind. But I will be available for recording and podcast stuff, so you guys just...
Boy, sounds like we're going to a daily show for 4.5 weeks.
Yes. Got to keep me out of depression.
I mean, I feel bad hearing what Ted is having to go through and you know, sending my blessings out to Ted. But
Thank
what
you.
An amazing reward on the back end for you. Like,
Ted is doing you a
every
solid.
door opens to a
doing you
new
a solid.
opportunity. And man, that door just swung wide open for me, man.
Well, and I was like, well, let's just see if everything falls into place. I'll talk to my work. We'll talk to people who can watch our pets while we are away. Let's just see if it falls into place. If it works, we haven't ran into one roadblock. It's like the door is wide open. And yeah, my boss was like, absolutely. My work's totally fine with it. There's not one reason why this can't work. So it's going to work. So I'm spending a lot of time with them until they leave. But yeah, let's get to why I'm a horrible father. So you guys might have known there was a Chiefs football game this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to watch the Chiefs beat the Ravens. I was very nervous going into this game.
Yeah.
The best comedic skit, one of the best I've ever seen, is Bill Burr, and he talks about how whenever he blows up and his girlfriend or wife, I can't remember what he says, is always like, why do you go from 0 to 100? Why do you do that? And he's like, I idle at 90. It doesn't take much to get me to 100. Like, just the littlest thing can send me there. And it's the most relatable thing I've ever had. So I want to tell you about my Sunday. So we're watching the Chiefs game. And it's the second half. So the first half's happened. The second half is starting. Ryan, you know how nervous I stay the entire game. It doesn't matter. Until we're up 4 touchdowns, I don't relax. I am idling at 90 watching this Chiefs game. And so, you know, I feel like, and I don't watch my TV very loud because I like to still, if we're going to have conversations, I don't want to be going, what? The whole time. So I have my volume at like 12. The TV's on. Ezra's watching on the tablet, so there's Bluey on the couch next to me. I just keep hearing, Mom, Dad, Bluey, bingo. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So that's going on. My wife's in the kitchen. I think she's doing the dishes. I just hear shh, just some water sounds. I'm like, that's fine. Everything's fine. Just a little sensory overload watching the second half. No big deal. The Chiefs got this. I'm going to watch it. Bowman's laying on the couch. Audrey's sitting next to me. I'm like, well, let me have a little moment with Bowman. Hey, Bowman, I'm real nervous about the second half. Did you know the Ravens are the best second half team in football? Isn't that crazy? They're the best second half team. And Bo goes, well, who's the first? Bowman is like 6 foot and 12 years old, so he's just kind of a big, lunkhead. And I'm like, Bo, what'd you say? No, Bo, they're the best second half team in football. They're the best. Oh, who's the first? Bluey, Mom, Dad. Shh, who's the first? Bowman. They're the best second half team in football. I don't know how else to say it. Okay, who's the first? Bluey, bingo. At this point,
Jay, I need you to take a breath. Your face is
no, I'm telling you, I want you to see how I got. At this point, Kate comes running in the room. The sink's still going. And she comes running in the room, and she's like, it's okay. Everything's fine. Honey, Bowman, what he's trying to say. I'm like, why do we have to explain it? I don't understand what he doesn't get. No, it's so, everything's fine. Hey, Jason, everything's fine. Bowman, this is what he's saying. Bowman, I'll tell you what I'm saying. You don't need to listen to your mother. And she's like, Jay, you just need to calm down. You're so intense. You're just so intense. And I'm like, I gotta breathe. I just gotta breathe. She talks to Bo. Bo's like, what did I do? Who's on first? Like, it was just the stupidest. He finally gets it. I realize I made him feel bad, but I'm still just, I'm calming down, and I'm like, why do you suck so bad as a father? And the whole house, I'm so intense. I just sucked the air out of the entire house. So then I got to calm down. We got to eat some good food. Let's try to make the house better and laugh. The Chiefs win. Hooray, victory. But for a good 15, 20 minutes, I sucked as a dad, and I caught myself. That was bad. But I was very worked up. So, anyways, then the next day she's like, we're going to go to Jeff City for like 4.5 weeks. Is that okay?
That's not even sick.
Is that okay? And I'm like, I get it. I'd want to go too. I get it. Go ahead and go.
It was a good ride.
So that's my story. That's what I wanted to share with you guys.
Does Bowman know who the number one second half team is in football? Or he just gave up on it?
He got it. It clicked. He wasn't understanding how I was saying it, and anyways, this is what I idle at 90. I've got to get better. I don't know how to calm down. How do you guys calm down? Or are you guys revved up like me?
Pills. Daily pills.
Pills, alcohol. Beer. What's your secret, John?
TikTok. Just ignore it all. Just ignore it all. Stay on your TikTok. Find your happy place.
It was just a sensory overload thing. I'm fine. I'm good. I realized how funny it was later, and I thought, I got to share this with my best friends. They need to hear this story.
We appreciate that.
Bluey! Bingo!
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Mom!
Let's move on, and let's play a little man-child trivia.
It's time to play Man-Child Trivia.
Okay, cronies. That's a long song. Tonight on Man-Child Trivia, we each take a category.
Hold on, it's not over.
I know. I don't think it's ever going to end. It's the song
There
that
he
never
is.
ends. Keeps
Why-
on going on, my friend.
Okay, hold on. We're 100-something episodes in. What is your aversion to talking over music, like a sound bed? Because
I don't know if
what
you,
I
'cause I don't
know
if
about
you
you.
mute us or you don't mute us. I just don't know.
Because, like, music plays in the background of your entire day. I know this. I know where you work. and then here...
So, cronies, speaking of something playing in the background that's insignificant, tonight we are playing Man-Child Trivia. We each pick a topic, and we're going to use our call signs. We'll get our call signs out of the way now. Mike, what's your call sign?
Ah!
John?
I would like to say before I give away my call sign, he doesn't like talking over the music at work. He doesn't mind it because there's not a producer that's going to be up his ace if he says it the wrong way at the wrong time and yada yada. So
It's true.
and my call sign is yep.
Jay?
Woo!
And mine is brother. Tonight, my topic, in honor of yesterday's Groundhog's Day, I'm going to go everything Groundhog's Day.
I
Mike?
love it.
The movie or holiday?
A little bit of both, John.
Sexy.
Mike, what's your topic tonight?
I am going to be revisiting a category that I did early on in our episodes. I'm going to be doing the category of This Chris, revisiting some of the most famous Chris's in the world.
Okay. I
like it.
John?
I did mine as children riddles. Children riddles.
And I'm sure we're going to find out how stupid we all are on that one. Jay?
And I'm excited. I brought to you Taylor Swift or William Shakespeare. You have to guess who wrote it.
All right, I'll start it off here. First question. I got 5 of them. First question. Spell Puxatawny Phil.
Oh,
Can I write it down?
Anybody?
Can I write it
I'm
down?
going to pick somebody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Jay,
I had to get my pen.
here we go.
Okay.
You gotta keep score.
Punxsutawney Phil. I'm writing it. Hold on.
As you all know, Puxatawny Phil is the name of the groundhog that they.
Did he
What
see
happened
his shadow
yesterday, by the way, while I'm writing?
It's going to be an early spring. It's going to be an early spring, folks.
Thanks.
Judging by
Phil.
72-degree weather down here in Springfield, Missouri today. Very beautiful. It was shorts and T-shirt outside today. It was very nice.
That's nice.
Okay, I think I got it here. Let's go with PUNXS.
Meh. You are wrong. Anybody else want to take a stab at it?
that's a negative, Ghost Rider.
John? All right.
I'll spell
Punxsutawney
Phil.
Phil.
Can I spell Phil?
No. It's spelled PUNXSXUTAWNEY, and Phil is PHIL.
I would've got
How did
Phil
you
right.
spell it?
This is what is in. This is when you type it in on the internet. What comes up?
Okay.
PUNXSXUTOWNEY.
You said TOWNEY?
TAWNEY.
TAWNEY.
Jay, are you writing this down for later? What are you doing?
I'm Googling it. I don't believe him.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Move on, Ryan.
All right, question number 2.
Hold on. I'm looking at Punxsutawney Phil, and it goes PUNXSXUTOWNEY.
No.
Look it up. Someone else Google it. XSUTAWNEY, which is what I spelled out. PUNXSU.
You still got it. You still got it wrong.
No, I didn't.
I pulled up PUNXSUTAWNEY.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what I spelled.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you put the S in front of the X.
Question number 2. You had an A in there.
You son of a bee stinger.
No points for you.
You had an A in there, by the way. That's where you went wrong.
Man-Child trivia.
TAW.
Questions are made up.
No.
Points don't matter.
After the you had
No
an
points
A
for you.
after
Ryan
the
has
X.
spoken.
Moving
Okay.
on.
I can't wait till we get to go back to the tape. I'm going to murder everybody. I will start a gun. I'm so
I will
lonely.
hide.
Your family. Somebody contact Katie right now. Tell her she needs to leave the house now.
Go to Jeff City now. Go.
All right. There is 3 names, other names for a groundhog. Name 2 of them. Name 1 of them.
Woo!
Jay,
Ground Chuck.
that is incorrect.
Chuck. Isn't it?
Judges? Nope.
Chuck Hog?
Anybody?
Judges.
Anybody want to?
It's a Woodchuck.
That's
Woodchuck.
right. It's Woodchuck. Judges, are we going to award that to him? We're going to
Yes,
give that to you.
thank
We're going to give that to you.
It's a negative positive, though, so it's a wash.
The other 2 names are Land Beaver and Whistle Pigs.
Whistle Pig.
Oh, that's my nickname, Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig.
All right, question number 3. Bill Murray starred in the movie Groundhog's Day. But do you know the 2 actors asked to star and they turned it down before they went with Murray? Can you name those 2 actors? Harold Ramis's first 2 choices.
I know 1. Will you give me a point for 1?
I'll give you a point for 1.
Yep.
John,
Chevy Chase.
that is incorrect.
Woo!
Jay,
If we're giving points for 1 is Tom Hanks.
that is correct. For 5 points, does anybody know the second one? Mike.
Was it Dan Aykroyd?
It is not Dan Aykroyd. The correct answer, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was close. But
Really?
He just couldn't understand the script, so he decided not to do it.
What a fool.
I think he would have done okay at that.
What a
I
fool.
think any of those 3 would have done fine with it.
I think Bill Murray owned it. It was for him.
Okay, the original Groundhog's Day in 1886 consisted of this after the prediction. They would have a feast on Groundhog's Day at Gobbler's Knob, feasting on the groundhog. They would have a father-son hunt, first to catch Phil.
Are these multiple choices?
Yes.
Like, what are you
yes,
doing?
that was the first one. There was the second one. And then C
Okay.
is after the prediction, there was a hang-in for the first 5 years.
Wait, what?
Okay, A,
Oh, you hung somebody for the first 5 years of the
the
celebration.
first 5 years they did it, they had a hanging
Gotcha.
after the prediction.
You know, America sucks, so it can be any of those 3. I'm going to say it's
You got
it's
call.
most likely. It's
Are you
most
calling,
likely
John?
the first one.
Say yup.
Oh, yep.
Okay, John.
Let's go number 1, Ryan. I like that one.
Number 1 is correct.
Ate
They
the
would-
groundhog.
The groundhog would predict, and then they would kill it and eat it on a feast at Gobbler's Knob. And the last question. What year, only one time, did Groundhog's Day get canceled? What year was it? A, 1892, B, 1943, C, 1967, D, never.
Boy, now you're confused.
Mike,
Was it 43 due to the war?
you are correct. It was 1943 due to World War II because it was against the law and it was a military thing that they would not give out the weather patterns in America so they couldn't give out what Puxatawny Phil predicted, so they canceled it. They didn't want to give
They
anybody
still
the
ate
advantage.
them at Gobbler's Knob.
They still ate them.
They still eat them afterwards at Gobbler's Knob.
Michael, you are one step closer to being that retired boomer age man. You know, good World War II history. That was knowledge.
All right, Mike, you're up.
All right. Let's jump into this, Chris. They start fairly easy and work their way to difficult.
I
Gentlemen,
feel you said
question-
that last time, and it got easier as it went on.
Oh, interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, the first question. This, Chris, was bloodied and battered by James McAvoy in this 2009 action thriller.
Oh.
This, Chris, was bloodied and battered by James McAvoy in this 2009 action thriller. You can get 1 point for the name and a second 1 point for the movie.
Boy, I
I
don't
would
know.
guess if I don't know the movie.
I'm going to pick John.
Suck it, John.
Christopher.
Need your answer, please.
I just gave it to you.
That is incorrect. That is
Christopher.
incorrect. The correct answer was Chris Pratt in the movie Wanted.
I was going to say Wanted, but I didn't think Chris Pratt was in that. I just watched that the other day, too. I didn't even know he was
Why'd
in
you
that.
watch Wanted?
I have no idea. It was on a streaming thing, and I was like, I haven't seen that.
Not
one.
watch
I just
Wanted?
want to see that cool ending scene where he went like this and went through everybody's head around the circle. That was just cool.
You gotta curve the bullet.
Gotta curve the bullet.
All right, question number 2.
Stupid.
Early in his career, this Chris played a charming suitor in this 2004 sequel.
Yep.
John.
Mr. Chris Pine.
And would you like to guess the movie for a second point?
It was one of the Princess Diaries. I don't know if it's number 1 or 2, though. I think it's a sequel, though, so it has to be number 2, Royal Engagement.
That is correct for 2 points. Chris Pine.
I'm so glad I
The
didn't
Princess
answer that one.
Diaries.
Hey, you want to... Yeah, same here. Hey, John, you want to know how I know you're limp-wristed?
All right. Question number 3. We're going to
Got your purse?
That
Little more.
Dame Judi Dench.
All right, I'll give it to you. I love Dame Judi Dench.
All right. A little more difficult now. This Chris starred alongside Bill Paxton in this 2000 adventure drama.
Paxton or Pullman?
Yeah, Paxton or Pullman.
Paxton. This Chris starred alongside Bill Paxton in this 2000 adventure drama.
Is this a popular Bill Paxton movie?
Isn't every Bill Paxton movie a popular Bill
No,
Paxton
that's why I'm
movie?
asking.
Oh!
Woo! Jay.
I'm going to guess Chris O'Donnell, Vertical Limit.
Correct for 2 points. Great job.
Wow.
That was a popular movie.
What a pull, man.
All right. Question number 3. Despite this Chris's best attempt, this reboot spinoff just didn't have the guts to play the game.
Yep.
John.
Chris Rock. Spiral.
Got
That
it.
is correct for 2 points. All right. 2 questions left. This Chris solidified his iconic career with 217 film credits spanning multiple decades.
Yep.
Ryan.
Oh, sorry, brother.
You stole my line.
Christopher Plummer.
Christopher Plummer is correct.
Good job, Ryan.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna have another beer.
All right. Last question. This Chris got their start on famous TV shows early in their career, such as Days of Our Lives, Charles in Charge, Family Ties, and even 21 Jump Street?
Charles in charge.
This
of
question
my
is worth
life and
5
my
points
day.
if you get it.
Chris on Charles in Charge.
No negative points.
Days of Our. What was the other show? Days of Our Lives, Charles in Charge.
Days of
and
Our
what?
Lives, Charles in Charge,
Charles in Charge.
Family Ties, and 21 Jump Street. Jay, I don't want to see those fingers moving. I channeled my inner John for this question, if that helps you out any.
Okay.
Doesn't help me.
Last time, and then I'm going to put a time limit on it. This Chris
Can we get a
got
hint?
their start on famous TV shows such as Days of Our Lives, Charles in Charge, Family Ties, and even 21 Jump Street.
Can we get a hint?
How would we know this, Chris?
Oh, you
Yeah.
know this, Chris.
That's what I'm saying. How would we know this, Chris?
Let me see if I can...
All I'm thinking of is Scott Baio, but that's Charles in Charge.
While I'm looking that up, more clues, we're going to go to commercial break.
Do you seek the attention and validation of your friends, potential lovers, and the general public? Well, I have the perfect solution for you. Official merch from Man-Child Chronicles store. With this merch, you will successfully find best friends, lovers, and the admiration of people whose opinions you should not care about. Want to feel loved? Then buy Man-Child Chronicles merch today at manchildchronicles.com. Man-Child merch does not actually help people like or love you. Man-Child merch is not responsible for personal or romantic relationships. See store for details. Not responsible for bear attacks.
Brother. I'm going to take a shot in the
Ryan.
dark.
Ryan.
Take a shot in the dark, and I'm going to say Chris Evans.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry.
I was thinking age.
You got that clue?
It's about that age.
You got that clue for us?
I can't give too much more away.
We gave nothing away, so.
Only other clue I'm going to give is married with children.
Yep.
John.
Christina Applegate?
Christina Applegate is correct.
You son of a gun.
How did you do that, John? Good for you.
That's the only Chris I know and married with children.
Good job.
All I could
Okay.
think was dude the whole time. I'm like, what dude was named Chris?
Threw a little curveball
Love
there.
and marriage, love and marriage.
All I could think of was like-
horse and carriage.
All I could think of was like dark hints. I'm like, walking cane. Like,
Chris said Anchorman.
somebody else go.
John, you're up.
Terrible. You got to let that sit. Wow.
I would like to point out, I don't think anyone's keeping track of points.
I'm not.
Hey, can I
Jake, you used
just,
to
can I
always
just
keep track of points. And
Can
now
I
you
say-
just stop.
I got two things on Christina Applegate. Number one, she was in that movie Hall Pass, right?
Yes.
And she looked good in that movie. And then just like that, she had that cane on Hollywood Walk of Fame. Like she just deteriorated real fast. And then the other thing is,
Oh,
at
he's
work-
drinking.
at work we do this fun thing. No matter where we are,
no,
if somebody
he's drunk.
says, "Let's give it up for Christina Applegate," everybody that's around claps. People look at us
Okay,
like,
well,
"What in the
Ryan-
heck is going on?"
You know what's real bad? He's drinking at like 8 a.m.
Hey,
Man, Ryan,
got to get
you're
this
having
day
a good
started.
Saturday,
Hey,
aren't you?
got to get this day started right, baby.
Okay. All right.
gonna
Ryan,
be a
just
good
for the
day.
record, Hall Pass was in 2011, and she did quite a few movies after that before things started.
It's been 12
going
years later,
south.
jerk.
I blacked out for like 10 years. I don't know what to do.
Probably
Okay,
from all
hold
the day
on.
Drinking.
So in the Groundhog Day questions, what was the points, Ryan? Let me tally those up. I had like -4.
This is very clearly an exhibition game now, so let's just
Okay.
keep moving.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 1. I'm bringing at you riddles, okay? Childhood riddles.
Oh, okay.
So I'll say the question, give you a chance to do your call sign, and then I'll give additional clues if I don't hear any calls.
The newspaper.
Number 1. What has a neck but no head? What has a neck but no head?
Give us more clues.
Clue number 1, water. Clue number 2, soda. Clue number 3, Gatorade.
Woo!
Jay,
A bottle.
correct. Bottle is correct.
Water
Number
bottle.
2.
Soda bottle.
The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? Clue number 1, feet. Clue number 2, walking.
Your brother.
Ryan,
Steps?
correct. Footsteps.
Nice.
I was going to say like constipation or something like that.
That was my first thought,
Diarrhea
too.
or something like that.
Number 3, David's father has 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and
Woo!
Jay.
David.
Correct. David.
I was almost there. I was only like a second behind Jay, and I was like,
The mom and dad really missed out on that last name.
Yeah, they really did.
They could have really made
Screwed
it
that up.
pop.
Number 4, a cowboy rode into a town on Friday. He stayed only 3 nights and rode out on Friday. How is this possible?
Woo!
Jay.
He's got a horse named Friday.
He has a horse named Friday. Correct. Number 5, I am an odd number. Take a letter away and I become even. What number am I? I am an odd number. Take a letter away and I become even. What am I? Clue number 1, 5. Clue number 2, 6. Clue number 3, what number can you spell to become even?
I feel like it's 11, but I don't get it.
11 is
Brother. 7.
Ryan,
7.
7 is
7.
correct. Take the
That-
F away and it becomes even.
There you go. Good job, Ryan.
I was. I'll tell you after what I was thinking.
Only Michael.
All right, Jay, let's get some T-Swizzle.
Okay, hold on. Get my list pulled up here. All right. So, my trivia section is called Taylor Swift or William Shakespeare. Shakespeare. You have to tell me who wrote this.
No problem.
Test round. I want to test it. We don't get multiple guesses. Once one person guesses, it's either right or wrong. We move on. Test round. Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming home to me.
Brother.
Yep.
John.
Taylor Swift.
Okay. Yep. Good. Test round. To be or not to be. That
Brother.
is the question.
Brother.
Ryan.
William Shakespeare.
Okay.
He
good,
has
good.
to finish the question, Ryan.
Hey, I knew it was
Okay.
Bill right away.
Okay.
He
knows his
cheated.
Bill Shakespeare.
I want that noted that he cheated.
It was just a test round.
I want that noted
Judges?
that he cheated.
All right, here we go. Number 1. The world was on fire, and no one could save me but you. Ah! Michael.
Taylor Swift.
That is Taylor Swift. Good job. Number 2. Love all, Trust a few, do wrong to no one.
Brother.
Michael.
I'm going to say jokingly William Shatner, but it's Shakespeare.
That is Shakespeare. Good job, Michael. Number 3. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Michael.
Shakespeare.
That is Shakespeare. Wow. You guys just going to let Michael own this?
He's doing good.
Okay. Number 4. Speak low if you speak love. Michael.
I think that's Swift, but I'm not sure.
You are wrong. That is William Shakespeare. Past the curses and the cries, beyond the terror in the nightfall.
Brother.
Yep.
Michael. No, sorry, Ryan.
Taylor Swift.
That is Taylor Swift. Last one. Do you miss the rogue who coaxed you into paradise and left you there?
Brother.
Michael.
That's Swift.
That is Swift. Unbelievable.
Okay.
I didn't know those going into that. I took the quiz. I failed miserably.
But who's first?
Michael
though,
would
Jay?
have.
Okay.
Michael, I'm very impressed with your Shakespeare knowledge.
Let's get into the draft, boys.
No.
Let's take a commercial break, boys.
Thank you.
See, that's what I mean.
I can't. All right, cronies. Tonight we are doing our third installment of the Best Movie Quotes Draft. We got 2 rounds in. And
Perfect.
tonight's draft order is Jay, Mike, Ryan, and John. Jay, Mike, Ryan, and John.
Ryan.
It's draft time.
What's wrong, Mike?
It's draft time.
That's right, it's draft time. Here's how it works. Each player will get 4 picks to create the best lineup for today's topic. Once the teams are selected, the Man-Child universe gets to decide which person takes the win.
Jay,
Okay, thank
go
you.
ahead with the first movie quote.
Thank you. I'm very excited that I am going first today because in light of finding out that Carl Weathers died and has passed away, I'm going to grab a Carl Weathers quote.
There's only one. Don't let me down.
No, it's not that one, Ryan.
What?
Ryan or Michael, please choose number 10.
Time! Relax, just do what we're talking about, huh? Don't even look at the green. Contact with the ball, there's no goalie out there to block it. Remember, it's all in here. Hey, it's all in. Come on. Work with it now. It's all in the head. Yeah, it's all in. Yes. Oh, Liam, get off of me. He just easing the tension, baby. Just easing the tension. Well, ease it on someone else.
Ease the tension, baby. Ease the tension.
Easing the tension, baby. It is all in the hips, is my quote. It's all in the hips. Ryan, make sure you're tracking these.
You know, Carl Weathers, let's give it up. God rest his soul. He died yesterday. Great Apollo Creed, Chubbs. He was Dylan in Predator. Great line in there. I don't know if anybody's taking that tonight, but
Yep.
okay, Mike, you're up.
All right. Let me pull my list up here. Let's see what I want to do. I'm going to go with this quote.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Yes. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Great pick, Mike. Love Airplane. Okay, Mike, if you want to pull my list up there.
Okay.
I'm going to go a little number 16.
Hey, you want a s'more? S'more what? No, you want a s'more. I haven't had anything yet, so how can I have some more of nothing? Shut up! You're killing me, Smalls.
John?
Was that delivered by the great Patrick Renna?
Yes. Fun follow on TikTok, by the way, Patrick Renna.
Mike,
Yeah.
go ahead and let's queue up number 1 on my list. Make sure you start it at the designated time.
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself the question, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Great pick, John.
Dirty Harry. You feel lucky,
One of the
punk.
most commonly misquoted ones, too.
I have that one on my list. Good pick.
And then let's just go ahead and go to number 2, Mike, for my next pick. Number 2, skip to the designated spot.
Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do.
Object! And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose! Your Honor, you had Marcus inside a phony transport! Your Honor, you doctored the logbook! Damn it, Captain! You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in contempt!
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled to. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that...
Jack Nicholson.
Great. 2 good ones, John. Great picks. All right, for my next one, Michael, pull mine up there. It'll be number 17 from one of my favorite movies going to as a kid from 1989.
I'm Batman.
Where is she? Where's the detonator?
All right, Mike, you are up.
All right. Let's see what old Mikey's got here. Ah, yes. I know precisely which one. Going to go with this gem right here.
I had no idea you could milk a cat.
Oh, yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Mike, you son of a bee. That was the exact one I was doing next. You stole that from my list. I know you did. You're an a-hole.
No, I can
Whatever.
prove it. I can prove it. Look,
I don't want to. I don't want your proof. You copied it from mine.
You can't handle the truth.
I want the truth. All right.
Such a good
All
movie.
right. Gosh, hey, you guys are. Every pick so far has been on my list, so I am pretty happy with that. It's good stuff today.
You are up now, Jay.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Why Jay's looking, Carl Weathers, when he died in Rocky, boy, that hit the feels, didn't it?
Oof.
That was rough when Drago killed him. Because you just fell in love with him.
Spoiler alert.
I know. Sorry, everybody.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies,
Oh,
he
man.
dies.
That's a good quote, too.
I must break him.
Jay, did you
All right, Mike, go ahead and cue up my number 4.
Watch it be if he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
Here it comes.
Okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend. You want to play rough? Okay.
Little Al Pacino Scarface.
Why does that sound like an Adam Sandler impersonation of like Al
not.
Pacino or something?
But it's not. That's Al Pacino right there. He's going for it. And then you know what? Mike, go ahead and cue up. Let's do it. Cue up my number 13.
Is that a lucky number, Jay?
Lucky number 13.
In Las Vegas, victory lane for Fox Television. Ricky Bobby, today's big winner. Heck of a win for you today, but it seems as if you either win or crash the car trying to win.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about? That phrase is trademark, not to use the outside tradition of Ricky Bobby.
There it is, Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby. Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. That's my quote. Thank you, Will Ferrell.
That is a good one. I use that every once in a while. And you're back on the board there, Mike.
All right, this one's going to come quick, so here it comes.
I'll have what she's having.
No. You should have played like 30 seconds before that, too.
I thought about it.
You should have.
I don't know that we would have got away with it.
From the movie When Harry Met Sally, if anybody's wondering.
Such a good movie. I don't know how I missed out on When Harry Met Sally, but John, I don't know when it was, 2012, 2013, you introduced me to that rom-com, and holy mackerel.
Well, that's funny.
I'm pretty sure me and Kate watch it every year.
That's funny,
it's like
because
my number
somewhere around that time frame, you talked me into watching it, and
it was
we
after
watched
John.
it real late. We were at your house real late. Yeah.
I need to rewatch
Funny
it.
story about that, though. So I don't know what happened that year, but I think it came out on Blu-ray or something, and that's when Blu-ray was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And so I bought it, and I watched it. And then I just started telling everybody about how great it is. And, I told Jay about it. Now Jay's telling Mike about it.
Movie?
I gave it to a friend at work. Like, I've never given out movies, but I was like, dude, have you seen When Harry Met Sally? He's like, no, I've never seen it. I was like, dude, you gotta watch this movie. Yeah, you gotta watch this movie, man. You have to watch it.
Nora
give it
freaking
to him.
Ephron.
He watches it. And he flat out loves it, too. He's like, man, this movie's so great. His wife comes home from work, and he's telling her, he's like, babe, you have to watch this movie. It's so unbelievable. It's so good. And she goes, you want me to go get underwear for you? Women's underwear for you, too, you silly nanny?
That's funny. It's funny that all the guys were like, all right, we'll watch it. We love it. And then the girls like, you little Nancy.
Yep, a little silly girl.
That's funny.
But that movie's got a lot of good guy stuff in it, too. That's why it's so good. It's got such
my wife loves it. Like, it's one of her favorite rom-coms. It's so good.
All right, Mike, pull up my list there. I'm going to go to number 11. The best line from that movie.
I'll be back.
You took Hasta La Vista.
Oh, yeah. Hasta La Vista.
I'll be back. I'll probably say I think I'll be back is more iconic than Hasta La Vista. You lost out on that one, John.
You say it more in day-to-day, for sure.
Hasta La Vista, baby. But now that I said that one, I like that one, too. They're both so good.
You say both of them. I say them all the time. They're both great.
Hasta La Vista, baby.
What a great movie. God, that's a good movie. All right, John, you got back-to-back.
And now all James Cameron does is make these blue people movies.
Stupid.
God.
Have you guys heard Arnold Schwarzenegger talk about that iconic line? Like how him and James Cameron fought over it?
Yeah.
No.
So I think he was doing a talk show, and he's talking, and he's like, so we're making this movie, and the line's, I'll be back. And I said, James, I think it'd be better if it was, I will be back. I will be back. That's how it would be said. And James Cameron looks at me, and he goes, and he just starts going off his F-bomb tirade. He's like, are you the writer and the director of this movie, Arnold? No, you're the actor. You just going to say your line, and you leave that up to me. I'm the writer and the director of this movie. And that's how the line came to be.
That's hilarious.
Well, it makes sense because he's trying to be a robot. So if a robot said it, he's not going to use apostrophes. And
Right. That's what Arnold was trying to say. But
Or because he's a robot, he would use
He
exact
was programmed.
language.
Yeah. That's funny.
Mike, let's do number 8. Number 8.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Ah, so good.
I say that to my kids all the time, and they have no clue what I'm talking about.
I've been wanting to queue up the old Forrest Gump for the kids. I can't. I don't know what's the good appropriate age for that.
I think they got to
right
be in
now?
their teens. I think they got to be in their teens to watch
It's a movie about life, man.
You're opening it up. Dad, what's AIDS?
Well, now
Dad,
we're
what's
going to watch
he dying
Philadelphia.
of?
Dad,
Now
what's
we
that?
gotta watch Philadelphia.
What is that noise?
I know, right? I'm going to have to skip some scenes. Just
wait till they're teenagers. They're not going to know half the stuff that they're talking about in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and queue up number 7 for my next one, Mike.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. So you can either hand over your son, or you can die screaming alongside him!
Gosh. I'm going to go watch John Wick.
You have to help me
If
out there.
not-
What is the quote on that one?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I'm thinking I'm back.
Okay.
Yep, that's the most iconic.
Has Ryan watched John Wick yet? Did we
Yeah,
have
what?
that? Okay, I couldn't remember. You held out for so long.
Okay.
Yeah, we put John Wick 4 into one of the best movies from last year, which was the smartest thing to do.
Sounds like it had a lot of tough competition.
I think I made it to last.
I think I'm going to save. I was going to pick this one, but I think I'm going to save it for the last round because I don't think anybody's going to pick it. So I'm going to go.
This is number 4. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not your last pick.
Michael, why don't you go number 1 on my list from one of the best
Here it
movies
comes.
of all time?
Wednesday, October 21st, 2015.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Doc, I'm late for school.
Doc.
Roads? Where we're going, you don't need any roads.
Very cool.
All right, Mike, your last one.
Round this out here with. Oh man, I got 2. I'll save the other one. We'll go with this one. Short and sweet.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
Bueller.
That's it.
I can't believe how famous that guy got because
No
of
joke.
that line.
You know what I love watching when he had his game show? It was like
Yeah, that was a good game
beat
show.
Ben Stein or something like
Yeah.
that. That was a great show.
But it wouldn't have happened if he didn't have that iconic line.
Yeah.
The Ben Stein show would
If
never
Chris
have been a
Pratt
thing.
found his way, he would have eventually got there. I mean,
Okay, I'm sure Ben Stein would have found his way.
Jay, finish it off.
Finish it off. Mike, go ahead and cue me up number 7, please.
Did you guys know Chubbs, that really wasn't his wooden hand in the movie Happy Gilmore?
Tina, you fat lard, come get some dinner. Tina, eat. Eat the food. Eat the food!
Tina, you fat lard.
Eat the food!
Eat the food. Eat the food! So funny.
I'll tell you what,
So
boys.
stupid.
This bracket is going to be tough when we
It's going to be tough.
go to the rounds because I think this one's, for the first time, I think this one's good 1 through 16, to be honest with you. It's going to be tough. Now, I have a question to ask you before we move on, just so the audience can know, we're going to do our last round next week. After that, do we want to dedicate a whole show and just knock this bracket out and declare a winner in one show?
Probably, yeah.
Or do we want to draw this out?
Nah.
One show, a mega show of
Battle
the movie
round.
quote bracket. Oh, man, it's going to be intense.
Battle rounds.
It's gonna be intense.
I just can't wait to make John really mad because I always find a way to make him so mad.
Whatever. I find a way to make you mad, Idol.
You're going to be like, but these movie lines I picked were so iconic. Well, they're not funny, so I'm going with the funny one, John, not your dumb, iconic ones.
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
He's already mad. He's already mad.
You're mad.
I idle at 90. I'm always angry.
The
That's
battle
right
round
here.
music.
It is right here.
It's the moment you've been waiting for. 3 weeks have been leading to this moment. The Man-Child Chronicles presents Battle Rounds.
That's so WWE. Like, that's exactly how they put together.
You know, Mike.
It's all been leading to this.
I haven't told you this, but I got 3 or 4 people that I work with that asked me why we didn't do battle rounds this year. They were looking forward to us doing battle rounds again. I'm like, oh my gosh, that'd have been so hard to figure out what we picked the last time, but they all wanted us to do them. I'm like, I didn't know it was that popular.
How many people did you say?
It was 3 or 4. Well, we'll say 4.
Okay.
We'll round up.
Well, I know they're lying through their teeth because they're not watching, and I can prove it.
Folks, this is why we suck as a podcast.
Let me tell you why we suck as a podcast.
I should have said I've gotten numerous emails and texts about battle rounds. Instead, I said 3 or 4 people, and I totally ruined it. This is why we suck as a podcast.
Yeah, good job, Ryan.
Good
job, Ryan.
With that being said, peace. We out of here.
Thanks for joining us today on the Man-Child Chronicles. You can find us on your favorite social media platforms at the Man-Child Chronicles. Don't forget to join us every Friday for a new episode. That's all for now. See you next time.